shrimp that is actually thawed out here, and this is the first time that I personally have fed this tank, and we're just gonna pour this brine shrimp in here. And why we thaw it out is so that it doesn't come in a cube. If it comes in a cube, you could drop it in there. But then of course the clownfish are gonna get the majority of it, and we want Booger, of course, who's eating the brine shrimp right now, we want him to eat as much as possible, as well as all the other fish in here. So by thawing it out, it actually spreads it out more. You can see it's all throughout the tank. That way everyone gets it. And look at Booger, he's just sitting back there, little cowfish, he's just sucking it up. It's so cool. They are just so absolutely amazing. And I just get such a kick out of the aquarium. It's not even funny. And speaking of aquariums, I noticed that something was going on across the street. I have no idea what's up. What do you say we head over there and check it out? By the way, Josh, our diamondback terrapin's doing absolutely amazing. You may notice my Reptilinks hoodie here. We're going to be actually feeding some Reptilinks off later on. They sent us another shipment, so thank you, Reptilinks. You guys are awesome. I tell you what, this is one of the most comfy hoodies I've ever had in my entire life. So I'm really not sure what's going on over at the aquarium. I know some guys are over here. We got a lift. I know we're starting to build out the front here in the next like week or so. They'll start framing the front end and get the roof on. But for now, I don't know what's going on over there, so I figure we'll go over there and check it out. Let's find out what they're doing over here. I see some steel studs. I don't know what they're doing at all, so let's check it out. Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
Room to get a screed in to pour your concrete.
Yeah, you're gonna pop all this concrete out.
Oh, you gotta pop all the concrete out. What's the first step? Is the concrete or the framing?
I'm not 100% sure.
Any idea what timeline then that is?
I assume tomorrow I'll probably get on.
Oh, okay. Progress. No, I see our toys back.
We got toys? I love bobcats, man.
Yeah, you guys know I love the bobcat, you know? Remember the time I took off in it? I didn't know how to get in.
Oh, look at this.
Ready for construction! Woo! So it's really cool, right? I mean, seeing the bobcat back here, knowing they're starting. I figured we were still like a week and a half away from actually having people do things here. So the fact that we're starting already, you know, busting out the concrete, pouring the concrete slab, then actually the framing goes up, then this wall comes out here. Things are moving along pretty quickly, which is really cool. Again, I thought we were still a week and a half away from progress. We're gonna need all the progress we can because we need space. Because I tell you what, you may not know this, but we become frog breeders. That's right, we have become frog breeders. You guys remember all the little milk frogs that we had. This is the first one that we actually produced. Look at how big they've gotten. I mean, obviously they get, you know, 2 or 3 inches long when they're big, but look at how cool some of these milk frogs are. We have a whole bunch of them. Whoa, come on, little buddy. It's okay. We'll go ahead and put this one back. I cannot believe how big they are. And if you guys are interested in milk frog, what was that? Did that just scratch?
That was just the metal, but that sounded like a song.
Wow. If any of you guys are interested, we still have a bunch of milk frogs. You can go to bhbreptiles.com. But hey, it didn't end there. We had another batch of tadpoles that are swimming around right here that have about 35 or 40 more tadpoles. And guess what? A couple weeks later, we had another batch of a bunch of probably 30 to 40, maybe even 50 tadpoles that just are tiny. They just hatched in the last couple days. So they were eggs a couple days ago, so they hatched. So these are about 2 or 3 days into tadpoles. These are about 2 weeks into tadpoles. And then these guys metamorphosed and came out about a month ago and are getting absolutely huge. It's just crazy how quick they produce. Every couple weeks, female is laying 30, 40, 50 eggs. It's crazy. I've never ever bred frogs before, but this is absolutely amazing. I am just obsessed with these frogs, and I wish we could keep them all, to be totally honest with you. But like you said, we have still probably about 30 frogs left here, and we have another probably 50 or 60, maybe even 70 coming up. So we definitely have no choice but to sell some of them because we can't get overrun with frogs. But I'm enjoying the process. So if you guys want a cool milk frog, now you know where to get it. Like I mentioned, our friends over at Reptilinks sent us a bunch of cool stuff that we can feed, but we also had some leftover eels when we went to that cool Asian market, and we've got a bunch of stuff. And you can tell Elvis knows that it's meal time. Or should I say eel time? What's up, buddy? Come on, Elvis. Oh, you want me? Good boy. There you go, buddy. There you go. Oh, what an absolutely beautiful animal. And you know, the thing is that we need that space across the street because every one of our animals is getting big. You gotta remember, Elvis was about a year old when we got him, right? He was a relatively big animal, and this is an 8-foot by 6-foot by 5-foot cage. So there's a lot of room in here. But the fact is, hey, buddy, no more food for you. You got more for him? Okay, we're gonna give him a couple Reptilinks now. Good target. Good boy. There you go, bud. Oh yeah, that's good, huh? But we never want anyone to come into the reptarium and think that our animals are in too small of enclosures. So Elvis is literally getting a giant upgrade. He's gonna have a huge water area like Ivy, so he can swim around, he can run around. It's gonna be absolutely incredible. And that's one of the things, we need that with all of our animals, right? We're gonna need bigger enclosures so that these animals are in perfect condition. And again, I don't want anyone to come into the reptarium at any point and go, gosh, you know, I wish the cages were a little bit bigger, you know? So we do have a couple animals that are already getting to that point. We're gonna actually do that across the street. So we need space for sure, not just for frogs.
Rush, come on, buddy. Come on all the way up. Don't be lazy. Come on all the way up.
Here we go, bud. Hey, don't run away, Frosty. It's been a minute since I actually fed Frosty. You know, Mike's been taking care of him, and he's doing absolutely incredible, but he's definitely good on the targeting. He doesn't want to come out as much. We're going to try to get him out. Frosty, come on, Frosty. Come on.
You don't like the quail that much? Huh? Is that what it is?
Oh, he took it now. The thing that's great about the Reptiling thing is that, you know, there's all kind of nutrition that's packed in them, right? Sometimes it's quail, sometimes it's chicken. It's a really cool thing, you know. We just started using them recently, and I love them, so I appreciate that they send us some cool stuff. Like I said, that hoodie is absolutely incredible for sure. I think Frosty's done 2 links, and that was it. So we actually have another clutch of eggs from our house snake group, but I wanted to show Noah kind of the process of pooling eggs and what you basically want to do. This is actually a hypo that's het for T positive albino. You can see this, just really a beautiful little snake right there. This is something that's really crazy about house snakes that I've never seen with any other snake. First off, let's go ahead, just get this girl back. We'll get her cleaned up, get her some water, get all that stuff like that. And again, the first clutch that we had was right here. We just put them in hatch right. Sometimes I use vermiculite, sometimes I use hatch right. This is what's interesting about house snake eggs is that when there's a slug, usually there's a little discoloration or a little yellowing, but they actually have brown slugs. It's the only snake that I know that actually has brown slugs. Now this one, I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be good or not. You can see a little bit of denting, or what they call desiccating. That just means that it was just a little bit dry. Probably laid sometime yesterday. Didn't catch it till today. But what we'll do is we'll just put it in the hatch right like this. And remember, you always want to keep embryos upright. So these are attached, so they're completely fine. But if they were like rolled, you want to make sure, you might even candle them to make sure that the embryos are up. But because they're a little desiccated, I'm going to put them a little bit down in the hatch right and kind of cover them a little bit so that that moisture from that water iceberg kind of sucks up and blows them up. These guys hatch really quick. They hatch in like 50 days.
50 days. Now I have a question. This one does seem a little bit sketchy, like it might not make
Why
it.
would you not detach it and separate it
Well,
to
you can.
not prevent?
Yeah, and it's not a bad idea because, like you said, sometimes if a bad egg starts to mold, it can actually start to mold on a good egg. So it's not a bad idea to separate it. This one might be okay. It doesn't look really great, but yeah, let's separate it out. It's a great idea to separate it out. That way, if it does fungus up or mold up, it won't actually get fungus or mold on these 2 eggs. These 2 eggs, even though they're a little bit desiccated, should plump up within the next 2 or 3 days and should be completely fine. In 50 days from now, we're going to have a couple little house snakes. Let's see if Chicken Strip likes the Reptilinks. He typically does. There you go, buddy. Such a cool animal. I remember when we got him. Do you remember, Mike?
Yeah, of course.
Little tiny, teeny tiny baby. Now he's gotten so big. He's definitely big enough to breed now, so we're going to have to try to find a female Nile to just produce some heterozygous ones, and then, of course, we'd have to raise those up and produce albino. Something we have to do. He's just, he took the link, and he's just kind of sitting on it, not doing anything. What a silly little monkey. He's got one eye on me, like he's going to come in and get me or something.
He's doing so good with this. Over the last couple months, we've been working a lot with him.
Veggies.
Yeah, it's like frog chicken mixed with greens and maybe some sweet potato or something.
It is important to have that in a tegu diet, so we'll go ahead and mix it in with this. It should be perfect.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's one little bite. I tell you, tegus are freaking cool. This could be. There you go, buddy.
Over here.
Good boy.
Good job.
Oh, you like these, huh? You getting excited?
It's so freaking cool, man. It never gets old, you know. I mean, no matter how many times you feed these guys, it's still like it's just freaking awesome.
This is his first time eating. The last time we tried it, I don't know if it had too much greens that he just was not into it, but this, he's chowing
He's also turned on now that it's like the winter's over. Good job, buddy. Okay, back in. Beetlejuice, come here.
that way.
Come on. Oh, there he is. Come on. He loves it. So far, it's going really well. There's no doubt about it. Come on, Beetlejuice, over here. Oh, yeah, look at that. And again, this is another enclosure that is, you know, a decent size for him right now, but he's going to get bigger. So he definitely needs a larger enclosure. And we're building one for him across the street. Because the lace monitors can get not as big as water monitors, but they're still like a 4.5, 5 foot animal, so they're pretty good. He's probably about 80% grown now. He's definitely going to need a larger enclosure, but like I said, he'll have a beautiful one across the street. You guys are continuing to send me all kinds of stuff to keep my spirits up, and I appreciate you. Our friends over at Treasure Buckets, which is just a really cool company. You guys can definitely check them out. Treasure Buckets Company LLC. They're just good.
Brian edition.
Brian edition here. So this is cool. Order stuff from them, and I'm really big into fossils, and gems, and all kinds of stuff like that. And basically, they'll make you a bucket. They have a whole bunch of pre-made buckets and stuff like that. And you can see here, look at all this cool stuff in here. They just pack it. Oh my gosh, got some fool's gold.
That's a pretty one.
All kinds of really cool stuff. Oh, they really crushed this out. So again, you could do all kinds of stuff. They even said that they could do like little dinosaur figurine, all kinds of stuff. Really cool company. So thank you guys. You always send me really cool stuff. So you guys are awesome. I was excited about this one here because these are actually my friends that you might remember a couple years ago. They sent me shirts that said "Stay Positive." They had a cancer situation and they got through it, and that was a really inspiring thing. So again, stay positive shirt, a little wristband, which I really love. So thank you guys. And again, it's a great message. And I remember when they were going through their issues, how difficult it was, and they made it to the other side. So that's really good. So it's a great message, and it's also inspiring to me.
Okay. I figured 5 each.
Okay, cool. So we always take Salt out to feed her. Come on, up, up, up. Good job, girl. That was a good pop. Come on, up, 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 up. Salty, up. Good job, girl. Up, salt, up. Oh, she got my knee. Oh, she got my knee. Salty, up. Next up, Pepper. So, of course, Pepper always stations right here. Pepper, up, up. There you go. Good job, Pepper. Good job, Pepper.
Got a little audience.
Pepper, up. Good job, Pepper. Back up for me, back up for me.
Oh, oh.
Good job, girl. Good job. As you can see, these guys are definitely in an enclosure that's much too small. They need a lot of room, but like I talked about, they're going to get a 20-foot long by 10-foot wide enclosure. Going to be amazing for them. He's so smart. Yeah, he's so smart that he's like, I know the food more than I'm going to know the ball. He's not sure. He's like, I don't smell this smell often. He wants it, but he's not sure if it's up there. There you go, bud. Turned it on. He's going to go crushing it for sure.
And the other problem I think he has with these two is that his teeth are so sharp that he just kind of ruins the wrapping on the sausage.
Right, yeah.
So it just kind of is monitor mush at that point.
And again, Kush is one of those animals that, you know, it's really the second largest lizard on the planet. So it needs a lot bigger enclosure and more climbing area, all kinds of stuff like this. It's been great to see Kush grow into this enclosure. But certainly he's at that point now where he could definitely go bigger. There's no doubt about that.
What are you laughing at?
He did that one so gentle. But obviously they taste good. He's still eating them.
Or is real gentle.
Or he's gonna take it gentle.
So I couldn't be more excited the fact that we're back at work across the street. Things are going to start heating up here. Trust me, in the next month or so, it's going to look really different. It's going to be really amazing to start to see the vision come to life. And again, we're probably about 7 months away from actually opening, I'm assuming, but we have a lot to do, but it's going to be exciting from here on out. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you in the next one.